Scale A on Played Weave Games Rates We Wear segment. The two back. Welcome. Welcome back to Bro-Pinions.
I was like, what?
I said the intro backwards. See what I did there? This week's episode is going to be about what game?
Ooh, since it's Halloween around the corner, we're going to talk about Fears to Fathom.
Ooh, the true story horror game.
They're good. They're good stories.
They're good. They're scary. If you guys don't know what Fears to Fathom is, pretty much it's these different episodes that talk about different scenarios or stories that were submitted to the developers. And they're real stories that occurred to these people. And they would remake it into a game that you can relive their experience, what they had to go through. So there's Fears to Fathom. It goes to 1 to 5 currently by the time. Maybe they will make more, hopefully. I really do want more. But honestly, that game, it was pretty scary. Like every episode going down the line, every episode just got more and more scary as it just like it got more and more scary as it went on. And in my opinion, episode 4 was definitely the scariest, in my opinion.
The lookout tower?
Yeah, Ironbark lookout.
That one was scary.
Okay, but I want to go down the line. Let me go down the line.
Okay.
Let me all right, the free one that did come out was Fears to Fathom Home Alone. That one was it's a free one, so anyone could go and just play that for free right now. It's pretty short. It's probably like maybe an hour. It's like 30 minutes to an hour long. It's not that long. That one was actually pretty good. It was just about a kid who was just like home alone with their parents out for dinner or whatever. Then someone broke into their house and big jump scare. Short. It was a short, scary one. But it was pretty good. Straight
to the point.
Exactly. It was just straight to the point. It just like, it's like, oh, you're home alone. You're getting text. No one's supposed to be in your house. Boom, break in. Scary thing like that. It was pretty good. I liked it. There's not a lot to say about it, pretty much, compared to the others. But I honestly, on that one, I would give that. I give that a 2 with that freebie games.
Yeah, honestly, because watching it from my point of view, it wasn't bad. Because there's a whole line of those type of games, like where it's that type of like, what do you call it? Animation. It's that type of like, I don't know the proper term.
It's like the VHS kind of thing. It's like first person, low graphics horror games that just like, it's made to put you into this scenario, not to look good.
Yeah.
So I thought the first one was pretty good. It's not the best compared to the rest, but it's a good horror one,
Yeah,
quick and easy.
it was a nice little story, a little suspenseful. It wasn't crazy, it wasn't overwhelming, but it wasn't too short either. Keeps you on your toes, definitely.
Exactly. Second episode is Norwood Hitchhike. That one was about a 19-year-old girl who liked to travel alone through like interstates or whatever, going to different Comic-Cons or like little events pretty much. But then her car breaks down in the middle of the woods, and she gets help from someone else that was in the store earlier and brings you to a motel. And then ends up, like someone else from the motel ends up drugging like a coffee machine, and then you get drugged, and he tries to break into your motel and tries to like kidnap you pretty much. But then the front desk man finds her. That one was actually like me playing it. I didn't expect any of that, because that was the first time when I started playing Fears to Fathom. That was the first time I actually realized, I was like, wow, this isn't really about like, because I thought it was gonna be about ghosts or like someone seeing paranormal activity happening or monsters. No, this is like genuine stuff that could happen in the world. I think that's what makes it terrifying to me.
Yeah, because it's people's actual stories of what's happened to them.
Exactly.
So it's not like you're playing some horror game where somebody just made it up. It's something that actually happened.
Yeah, something that actually happened to them that they submitted a story to, and it really happened. But that one was pretty creepy. I didn't expect it, the ending and everything. But I think for that one, I would give that one because it's not the best, it's not the worst. But
no, I would like if we were looking for those genre of games, I would buy that one on sale. So probably a 3 for me on that one.
I was about to say that too. I think I'll give it a 3 also.
Yeah, because it doesn't deserve to be free. I really like how the gameplay was on that one, the suspense, and it was a little longer than the first. I think that one took you like an hour and 45. Or am I wrong?
No, yeah, it's roughly around there. No, like it's mainly like 75% getting through to like understanding the story and everything, and then slowly it creeps up to you, and as soon as the climax happens, and then the ending's there.
I honestly thought it was gonna be like the front desk dude that was like, you know, because he was creepy.
Yeah, he was creepy.
But in the end, I was like, oh, it's not him. I remember at one point someone was hiding in your restroom, right?
Yeah, it was the janitor.
That's
You
right.
like opened the door, and dude, it scared the crap out of me. Now this one's up there, and it's only
Which
the
one?
third episode. Carson House. Carson House, long story short, it's about a 18-year-old high schooler who's pretty much house sitting someone's
That's
someone's
right.
house for a job, and he goes and he house sits and everything, but his ex-girlfriend actually finds out where he's living and tries to go break into his house and give him flowers and everything, and was like knocking and is like, we can make this work again, we can make this work, but breaks in with a knife and everything all crazy. Dude, that one actually like that one gave me chills not even like halfway through, because I knew like something was gonna happen. This one was like the first episode, but 10 times worse.
Yeah, because it was all like the same setting. You know, you're in a house, you can walk around, you can eat pizza, you can get water. But the fact that every now and then, like you can go outside even on this one.
Yeah, you could.
But every now and then you'd see her walking past the windows, so it was all like, oh, get away.
Dude, because you had security cameras on the laptop, and you would see her like drop off the flowers and then walk to a bush or anywhere else. The creepiest thing I have to say though is, I didn't know this during the video, but what I learned apparently from someone else, because there's another guy, I don't remember his name, editor, you can put up the YouTuber or whatever name, he goes like out of bounds into horror games, and will out of bounds and looks at different like angles that you don't see in horror games. And the cool detail in this game for Carson House is that you can actually, wherever you're not going, the girlfriend was actually hiding there. So you would go in the backyard to feed the dog, but if you were to go in the front to check the front of the house, she was actually right in front of the garage just sitting there. If you're inside the house, an oven, or you went downstairs to get a glass of water or something, if you went into the studio room, it would actually be torn down and everything, and there was a door open. And if you were to close the door, she was hiding right behind the door and would go and kill you right there. It was like a secret jump scare. So she was actually hiding throughout the house the entire time. You just never knew.
That's crazy.
Dude, that one was scary. And honestly,
There's some crazy people out there.
Crazy people, be careful who you know. Honestly, for that one, I think only because I'm gonna compare it to the next one coming up. I think this one I'll give it a 4. I actually really like this one. This one was a 4.
Really? But to me, no, you know what? I think I would still give this one a 3. You know,
You'd still give
Only
this one a 3?
Yeah, because think about it. It's these games, like I'm not gonna lie. I would not pay more than, that's me personally, I wouldn't pay more than $10 for these games. You know, because they're shorter games. Don't get me wrong. The style of it, the suspense, like all that, it's real cool and all. But like, if I'm gonna pay more than like $20 for a game, at least make it a little long, have some like a long story, you know. These short, scary games, I probably wouldn't pay more than like $10 for. That's me personally.
Well, this chapter costed $5 for
Oh yeah,
Carson House.
See, and if that's the case, then yeah, I would definitely get the game.
Yeah,
because
this one,
they're really fun to experience, especially that they're, like we said, a true story. You know, I think that's the coolest thing. But yeah, to me personally, like, it's just games in general. There's such a broad array of different types of games. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I give this one a 3. It was really good though. It was good. Don't get me wrong.
Overall, this is for everything, not just this chapter. If you're into those short horror games or any of these like true story games or whatever, like if you love true crime or anything, you will love this. You will love this series. Fears to Fathom,
yeah,
you
definitely.
will love. Like,
yeah,
seriously.
without a doubt.
Now for the next chapter, this one may take my top spot, if anything. Fears to Fathom, Ironbark, Lookout. This was chapter 4. Dude, this chapter was actually like terrifying. Long story short, this one's about a kid named Jack Nelson who's transferred to a new outpost job. And if you don't know what an outpost is, you're just living in a giant tower pretty much in the middle of nowhere that watch
In the
over
dark.
campers. In the dark, you have to check out nights, you're checking out days, you're checking out every corner. You have to make sure the other lookout people are still there talking to you and alive, or if there's bears, you got to go check that. If there's unwanted guests, you got to go kick them out or whatever. Like the whole chapter, honestly, for this one had me like just the edge of my seat shivering. Like that one had my hair sticking up the whole time, because even if you didn't think something was happening, they made it so it seemed like something was gonna happen. Because there's even parts where like you had to go downstairs and you had to go check
firewood.
out. Yeah, you had to get firewood, and there was a guy just like standing outside and it jump scares you right there. There's one where there was a fire that you had to go take out, and it made you walk the whole distance to the fire in the middle of the dark with a flashlight. You had to take out the fire, you had to dump out all the other like fish or whatever they left there, and then you heard like cracking in the woods, like someone walking around everything, but you couldn't see anything. All you had was like bear mace, and that's it. So I'm like, it made you do everything in that chapter like if you were actually working that job and dead at night. It was just terrifying whole time, and I didn't like it. And then just the climax of just finding out that there's actually a cult group in the middle of the woods that was burning people alive. And it was just crazy, especially the part where they just like started getting up and bolting after you and started running toward you. Dude,
that part when I saw that happen. Wait, didn't you take like a picture and it flashed?
yeah, you, because the first time the other outpost guy didn't believe you, and he was like, oh man, if you find anything weird, take a photo of it if you think it's real or whatever. So then you find them burning a body and you go to take a photo, and then the flash goes off and they just go, huh? And just all of them turn toward you, and I was like,
right. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. And what, you just hid under the bed?
yeah, you
right?
hid under the bed, and then you had to run away in the woods.
But dude, it's so funny because like the guy left and you thought he was clear, like he was gone, but then it turns out he was just waiting behind like the door.
Yes.
So like you just had to run down and like basically get away faster than
you had to run
you.
all the way to your RV, get in and start it, and then that would be it. Dude, that was terrifying. And then especially the end where they said like they didn't find anybody in the end.
That's terrible.
Honestly,
Terrible. You know what you need?
dude, honestly, for that chapter, I think that one is my favorite out of all of them. I give that one. I'm debating on a 4 or 5, but I might give it a 4 only because 5, it's not the best. It's not the best horror game you will play.
So you wouldn't recommend that to other friends?
I would recommend it to everybody. I would be like, hey, if you love horror games, play this. But it's not like crazy, like, oh, you need to get this, everything. It's worth the hype, but it's not peak.
Yeah, honestly, like I said before, these short, scary games to me, I don't know. I really don't know. I think for me, it's a 4 too, because it's not like you have to, like they're good. They're good. I'm not saying they're not good. I'm just saying they're not like a, oh, hype it up type of game, you know? Like,
yeah.
Like, you gotta tell everyone about it.
It's worth the
suggest it
hype,
to your friends.
but it's not crazy.
Yeah, you won't see it all over the internet, like,
you won't see it breaking records or anything.
Yeah, that one, solid 4 for me.
Yeah, I like that one. But that one is my favorite chapter. Personally, for me, if you're gonna buy at least one chapter, buy that one. Now the last chapter, Fears of Fathom, Woodbury, Getaway.
I honestly thought the dude was a creep the whole time. I understand way back then they had something going on in the beginning, you know, like they talked a little bit, but he was just creepy the whole time.
Yeah,
I didn't really like that
Yeah,
vibe.
they did that on purpose.
Yeah, and I thought he was gonna end up being the killer, cause like the whole like him like he was trying way too hard, and I'm like, bro, stop. She ain't into it. Just stop. That was the only thing I didn't like about it.
Yeah, that one's pretty much about this girl and her ex-boyfriend, but now they're friends, go with another friend to go a little cabin in the woods just to get away. And then they find out the person that they rented a cabin from wasn't actually the real owner. It was actually someone else living inside the house that sold it to them so he could have
Squatter. We don't like squatters.
And or a frogger. He was a frogger.
Or a frogger.
Yeah, so he was just living in a house, but sold it to him, and he was just living with them pretty much the whole time. That one's pretty scary. That one's because I don't know. That one seems more common than the other ones.
He didn't sell it to him. They were just there on vacation. It was supposed to be like an Airbnb type thing.
Yeah, but then the other guy ended up living there. He's like, oh, I'm the owner. Yeah, I'm here.
Never the owner. The owner that they talked to said he hadn't talked to him since when they very first started heading out there. That was the last time he talked to him. And then when they saw the old man there, they thought that was him the whole time when it wasn't.
Yeah, because the guy was giving him a tour and everything, and then he was telling him like, hey, don't go in this room. Don't go in this room whatsoever. And
this is my hiding room.
Yeah. Honestly, if you like horror games, if you want a short one like that, that one was fun. But I don't think it's better than the other ones. Well, no, I don't think it's better than most of them. Ironbark Lookout and Carson House, I think, to me, are better than this one. But it is a solid story. So, personally, I'd give it probably a 3.
Yeah, same.
No, it's a 3 because it's not better than the other ones. But it is a pretty good story if you want a short one. But it is worth it if it's like, if it's on sale, even for 25% off or something. I think it is pretty worth it.
If you had to rate them, best to worst, who has number 1?
Number 1, Ironbark Lookout. That one. Solid story, because that one literally had me scared since the moment I got to that field. I literally had a bad feeling as soon as I got in the field. I was like, oh, I don't like this already.
Isn't it funny because it gave you even daytime scenes, right? And you thought you'd be safe, and even up at high, you'd think it'd be okay up there too, but no, it still was very suspenseful at night.
Yeah, exactly.
There's nowhere for you to run. In the houses, you can run from room to room, right? But up there, if someone goes up there, then you're
exactly. I'm like, I knew that as soon as I don't think I said it in a video, but that's exactly what I thought. I'm like, dude, if someone starts running up here, I have nowhere to go other than the jump. That's number 1. Second, I'm gonna give it to Carson House.
I like the fact that when you heard her break in, right? I think the door opened or you heard a window broken. I couldn't remember what it was, but you knew she was in the house, but you could not find her. But she was somewhere, like you said. Like if you were over here, she was over here.
Yeah, she was but that mechanic was just that was the cherry on top of this whole chapter.
Okay, what do you think about number 3?
Number three, I'm gonna have to give to Woodbury Getaway.
Same, because there was more to do on that one. It wasn't as suspenseful as those other two, but it was still good.
Number 4 for that list, I'd give it to Norwood Hitchhike, because that one's like the bare minimum of right there to scary, but also gives you you pay your money's worth. You pay $5, you get a tiny scare.
I like that in most games, where you don't know where the killer is. If he's in the motel room next to you, is he waiting under your bed in the restroom? Is he the main host of the motel?
Yeah, exactly. It was like a mystery. It was like a murder mystery kind of thing, where it's it gave you all these characters, and it's like, oh, who is it? And then it was just a random character across the motel from you, And then number 5, obviously Home Alone. It's free. Episode 1. It's free. It's the bare minimum. You get a free game. You get a free scare. These actually came out there was a huge gap between all of these. If you didn't know, I didn't even know this either. The first Fears of Fathom came out July 2nd, 2021. The second one came out January 6th, 2022. So 6 months later. And then Fears of Fathom Carson House came out January 9th, 2023. So it took a year to get that one. And then a few months later for Ironbark Lookout, that was October 20th, 2023. And then a whole nother year for Woodbury Getaway, September 12th. So they're far apart. So we're due for another one. Make another one.
Yeah, definitely. It's cool. It's a cool series. You can keep it going too, because they're true stories.
Play those games. They're pretty worth it. And do a jump scare, Brandon.